Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 4 in our Favorite Things series, which is my LineDotArrow design team project for July of 2022. Now, so far, we've done the covers and we've done pages 1, 2, and 3. We're going to have to do 4, 5, and 6 in this video, so we're going to have to zoom right along. I've got everything pretty much ready. Here's page 4, 5, and 6. And I try to be prepared. But it looks like an extra piece of paper got put in the pile. Let's take this out for now. And if I realize why I had it in there, then I will put it back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to make a simple writing pad. So that should be fairly easy for us, as experienced as we are. So let's put the band on the page first, and then we'll make the notepad real quick. Okay, so we're working on page 4. This is the paper, and I've inked it. And I want the band to be wide because I want to see the flowers on the band. But I'm thinking I want the flowers up here. And the band is going to be about here. So let's mark how wide we want it. That's going to be there. Don't throw away this extra piece because we're going to be using it on page 5. So I'm going to set that to the side. Okay, so we're going to make our belly band fairly wide for what this type page usually is. A little carried away inking it. So the reason is I thought, because it isn't that big of a book, I really didn't want the notebook sliding and flapping around, so I decided to put a bigger belly band on to give it a little more support. So let's get out the glue. And we just want to glue the very edges. Make sure it's straight. Okay, so now the notebook. Oh, I wonder if that was going to be a cover for the notebook. That could be. Let me cut it in half so we still have a writing page. Or I mean a paper page. And then we'll trim it down. We would use this side, and then I will, I'm going to be doing most of the small embellishments with the small ephemera out of this little tray off camera after this video. And after this video, which is our last video, you'll see them in the flip through. Okay? So now we want to have this paper fit in here, and that will be the cover of our notebook. Oh, excuse me just a second. That figures. I took my medicine before the video and then forgot to turn off the alarm. Let's try it at that mark, which we have no choice because I marked it in pen by accident. Looks like there's a little teeny bit of white on there. Okay. Let's just go a smidge short or narrower. Okay, let's double check this. Oh, it's still pretty snug, isn't it? Besides these little shavings, these are the only scraps that I have from all that we've done. I'm kind of proud of myself, and then realizing I have nothing left to... Okay, now we don't want this that long. Nothing left to use for small things. Okay, so we want it to be this tall. And let's make it this long. Okay, let's take the back cover, which is just cream colored paper, and put this up in the corner. I'm going to draw here, and we'll draw here. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to ink this. And you're going to have to ink both sides of this cover because it's going to be lifted up. And normally, I think I will. I think I have enough time. Just going to do it right through the middle. In case you're wondering what that tapping noise is, as I'm tapping this once so that there isn't that high concentration of ink right in the center. Okay, so we've got that. And of course we're going to do the same on our back cover, but we have to get that cut first. There's our big tag that we'll be able to put in. I believe we'll be able to put it in after we do this page. I keep a piece of paper over there specifically for this. I moved it. Okay, so that's the back. Could have been up a little higher. We got the front and the back, and now we need to get some paper. We're going to mark it as if it was the same exact size as the covers, but it's actually, we're going to cut it just a smidge smaller, but we're going to use the lines as a guide. I have something in my eye. It's been driving me crazy. Forgot to make it a smidge smaller. Today's song that is stuck in my head is My Little Town, which I don't even know all the words to, except for the chorus. Nothing but the dead have died back in my little town. I have no idea what the rest of it is. Now we use the actual size and cut these to the actual size. If I had had time, I would have sprayed all these papers and let them dry. So they'd be kind of sparkly. But I don't guess every single one has to have that, huh? I had on my list of things to do was to sew the book. Isn't that crazy? We have the ties instead. So let's make sure. I mean, we can leave the papers off in front. Let's make sure. Let's say all of it. We could put all of it behind there, couldn't we? Okay. So now that we've got that done, I was going to, where did the paper go? It's actually the rest of this image. I was going to flip this over . And make a little cap for it. Yes, I think I will. don't know how that ended up being the exact width. Probably we'll never know. We will never know. Let's put 3 staples. Instead of 2 because of that kind of a little bubble there. And I didn't ink the back paper. See how much better that looks with that little cap on there. Let's make sure everything fits, and of course then I'll come back and I'll put something right here. Could just leave the cover out. And then I can decorate the cover. Okay, let's get this glued in the book. I know it's off camera a little bit, but I was just gluing. Oh, and I want to show you something I did. And I can't believe I did it, but I did. Make it even with the other page as best we can. We may take the notebook out and trim that little teeny bit. In fact, if I don't remember to do it now, I will never remember to do it. There we go. Of course, that means I have to do this again real quick. Plus, using this cream paper as the back, then that gives you the extra writing space. Okay, what I did is on this page, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I glued it on upside down. So what I did instead was made it a tuck for the card. And then this flips down, and there's your little card and your writing space. Okay? So that's what I did. I can't believe I put the page in upside down. Excuse me. I like that we're seeing a little bit of these inking. Okay. Now on page 5, we're going to go belly band crazy. Okay, this is the paper. And we're going to put the belly bands on, and then I'm going to make the cards off camera. Okay? So what we need is a piece of paper this size. This will make a great band. Okay, now what we need to do is start making belly bands. So let's say there's a little white edge on that. I was trying out, like I said in one of the other videos, I was trying out my really fancy, expensive rotary cutter. And I'm not used to, you know, like with a guillotine, you have to have it right at that edge. So, okay, let's do the width. Save that. So let's ink this. Of course, it's going to mostly be covered up. We only have to ink it on the front because it's going to be glued down. Looks better. Plus it puts the greenery all on the same side. Thank you, Cassie, for the jangle. I'm never going to let her forget how much I appreciate that. I really love it. If none of you have ever bought on Etsy or made one of those, you should get a hold of Cassie. Her Etsy store. Her Etsy store is Junkin 101 with Cassie. And there's a link to it below this video. I don't know what's in my throat. I haven't even eaten anything since this morning. And it's now 3:30. All right, now we're going to take we're going to measure the width. make it far enough down so that when I trim that little teeny white edge off, still have enough room. I'm really zooming through these two because they're easy. The next one's easy, but we have quite a bit of like papering and things to do. So, yeah. Okay, so now let's make another belly band. Do we want the lines to go in the same way? No. How'd you like that decision? I wonder if we could use this as well. It's too wide, but we're going to set it on top. Right, so we want this to be here. We want it to be shorter. And then I'm going to trim this a little bit more. It still did it. I must need to change my paper trimmer blade out. Okay. I measured it the other way, I think. Can't see the line. Anyway, we're going to make this one fit across this one. In fact, we can cut here, and that should be fine. And when we go to cut the papers for it, you just do it the exact same way as I showed you with the notebook. You just line it up, you slide the corner in that you want to keep, what was I doing? Oh, like this. It's going to cut off the very tippy top of the flowers. Yeah, see, I should have thought that one through, because I should have put the flower one on the top. Alright, let's switch to a new video. Okay, so now we've got this much done. Well, what I was thinking is not going to work now. Sure it will. I wish I had made this just a little bit wider. Like this one. It was an optical illusion that it was crooked. Cut crooked. Even if I would have put this on the top, you wouldn't have seen much of the flowers anyway, so. I scratched my eye with something too. I'm having a tough time. scratchy eye and a scratchy throat. Probably goes along with my sinus infection. Instead of a week's worth, my doctor gave me 3 weeks worth of antibiotics. She's like, it takes a long time for a sinus infection to go away sometimes. Just stop taking them. We start feeling better. I'm like, okay. Who's the doctor now? I'm the doctor. I have to decide when enough antibiotics is enough. Okay, fine. Am I paying you for this doctor visit? I don't know. No, I actually have a good family doctor. Or internal medicine. That way there's no kids in the waiting room. That's a little tip. Free from me to you. So we're going to put another one there. So we're going to have a card in here. A card in here. Oops. And then we're going to have a bookmark across this way. That's why I wanted this to be a little bit wider. So now we're just going to take a strip. Let's see what I've got here. Like this. And then we're going to make a belly band go this way. It's going to be belly band galore, I promise. And then actually, we'll be done with this page because I'm going to make all of the, where did my mark go? Because I'm going to make all the cards off camera. There's no reason for you to have to watch me do all that. You've already seen several times how to do it. If you get stuck, go back to one of the earlier videos. Don't set your lid on anything either. There could be ink on your pad cover. Especially if you rest it on top of there. I started doing it for a while and then I realized the ink was just sitting on the surface, getting on everything. I was like, alright. Now, in the flip through, which is video 5, you'll see all the little embellishments and whatever that I've added. Just to finish it off. You know, to look like a finished product. Have all the pockets and the tags and the writing cards and such. Do you know how hard it is for me to go this quick on a video when all I want to do is tell you every single step all the way, in case you're new. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, thanks for coming back. Alright. Now I'm triple checking all the right sides up, but I almost put it on the wrong page. That was kind of funny. Not. Okay, now on the last page, we're going to use our Lonely Envelope flip out. So, what we're going to do, I thought I had this inked. I do. These are all inked. They're going to go down at the bottom so that when you open the flip, there's something there. Even though I do like the writing, or the backing paper that we're using right now. Okay, so this is our backing paper. Then we have the envelope and the papers. Put lots of paper clips away. Got a little hexagonal box at Dollar Tree. Came with another bigger box too. It's always good. Okay, so this is for a pocket, And this is for the front of the envelope, and this is for the back. So I'm wondering, let's cut this for a side pocket first. I'm just going to trim the very, very least little bit off the end. Okay, and then I'll re-ink it. So I should have done that first and then inked it. I'm pretty sure in my instructions it says that, but since I already thought I had the envelope inked, I ignored my own instructions and my own advice. Who else's are you going to ignore, right? So, I'm wondering. I think I'm going to glue this on first. Be sure to get some glue on the sticky that's already there. Otherwise, that glue is just going to stick right down. And you won't be able to move it a little bit. Now, since this is the outside of the page, then we'll put the flip out on that side. This doesn't necessarily have to be centered exactly. We'll check and make sure for ink on the inside. If there is, just use your dry wet wipe. And that'll wipe it away. You know, oh, this. Okay, now we're gonna put the giraffe right here because he's a fun little guy. I want to make sure to include him in the book. And the top of the envelope is here. And the width of the envelope is here. I had thought I could cover the envelope with one page. There's just no way. I just cut off where I made my mark, didn't I? Whoops. Takes a special talent. I'm telling you right now, it takes a special talent. Oh no, there it is. To lose the line you just drew. Okay, so that should be our cover for our envelope and the page for the envelope. And you only have to ink this on one side, obviously, because we're going to glue it down. Let's glue this to the front of the envelope. Did I measure this before or after I trimmed it? After. Okay. Guess I better wait for that second air bubble that says all of the glue is down in the nozzle and not up. Not a big air bubble right there keeping you from squeezing it out. Now, I know I talk about this all the time about how I use less glue, but one of my friends, and I don't remember who it was, said something about, I don't even remember what I was going to tell you. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with this picture? Okay, so there's that. Now we need to cover the back. See, and these flowers are here, so we'll put them right here. Just going to get it lined up. Okay. Make sure we still have it lined up. Because you are going to see, no you're not. Trying to put a little bit of brown there, so in the gap it won't be so in your eye. Hey, I'm cream colored envelope. I'm not sure if that's going to help or not, but we gave it the good old college try. Okay, I'd already marked it and didn't realize. I thought I had marked the width. Okay. I think this might make a good bookmark for that belly band here. I'm going to just stick it in here temporarily. Or not a belly band, but a bookmark. I know there's a lot of inking, but this is our last page. And then I'll go through and make the writing cards and ink them and stencil them. So you gotta, this is not the paper, this is the card. I hope I can erase that enough to where you can't see it. Yeah. Oh, it didn't matter. This isn't the card. I think what we were talking about was the glues. I think somebody said they liked the art glitter glue because it dried instantly. I was like, what? Why would you want it to dry instantly? How can you move it around just a little bit to make sure you've got it all lined up? Okay, now that we've got it lined up, it looks pretty nice. And it still closes. The giraffe is on the front. Okay. Where was the paper I just set aside? And I said that would make a great pocket. Oh, it's the one I'm using over here. I wonder if we make a pocket that deep, for no reason in particular, we could have the flowers completely in the picture. Let's see. I like that. Giant pocket it is. Now if we were using lace or something, we would put lace on this. And we would put lace on this belly band here. There's lots of different ways you can do it. You can use ribbon. You can stamp it, you know, before you glue it on a piece of paper. Oh, it's over here. I'm like, where is the paper? There's the empty page 6. Now remember, you want to be able to put stuff in here, so let's try not to make a big globby mess. Make sure your flowers are the right side up. And we'll just put one of our tags or something in there that's a lot taller. We could even use a piece of our coffee dyed paper. We inked it. I glued all 4 sides. Don't laugh at me. Alright, you can laugh a little bit. If you get it quick enough, you can rub on this glue and it will kind of pill up and come right off. Just turn into little pieces of whatever. Alright, this is the top. Let's put it back on. And slide it over a little bit. Okay, and so there's our pocket. Now over here, there's just a lot of flowers and stuff, and her favorite thing, because there would be a lot in mine too, to tell you the truth, but I think mountains would win out overall. I wanted to do it this way because, well, do we want this to hide it? I like it over here better. There's no rule that says you have to put the tall part on the right hand side. Well, I mean when you glue it. Now this is one of those fold out envelopes that had the little flaps, and I really didn't need the extra depth, so that there was more stuff that could be fitted in the pocket. But I'm sure I can find something to go in there. People get so used to doing everything the same. Let's be rebels. You want to be a rebel with me? Let's go be a rebel and have some rebel rousing. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for a second. Well, we can put these in as long as we don't put them all the way to the bottom. I made this tag out of a scrap. All I did was round the corners. I'm going to leave them out just a little bit. Wonder if I have something that's smaller. I wonder if I stuck the little... Okay, that's kind of cute. Let's do that. I had already inked the other tickets before we started filming. So then instead of having all the cards, we don't. But you still see how to build the page and how to add the extra elements to it and, you know, do all that stuff. We're going to glue our last page in. Oh, you know what I did? Did anybody guess? Forgot to put a magnet in. No worries. I glued one of my hairs in. Alright, I forgot what I just said, what I needed to do. Magnets. That way it'll hold the flap shut. Can't believe I almost forgot. I'm completely putting it in the wrong place. And of course we'll re-glue that. I'm never very good at judging where they're supposed to be. Okay, we're going to glue this into the book after we fix this real quick. Oh, looks like the glue restuck it. Wow, how lucky am I? I may have to go back and redo it. So that closes. You just need a card in here. Got that, but we need a card here. Then we have plenty of other places, but I'll just leave it at that for right now. And we have 2 minutes left to glue this page in, and if I would shut up long enough to do it, I probably could. I won a bet once. Somebody bet me that I couldn't stay quiet for 5 minutes. And you know what? 5 minutes is a long time when you're trying not to talk, when they're talking to you and trying to distract you and get you to accidentally talk. You know, what kind of friends are those, right? Okay, let's make sure we get the page on right side up this time. You can see where that stamping comes in handy. We do have to sew it. You know why? Because otherwise, even when you take out the, oh, another new video. Okay, here's the handy dandy sewing kit. And I think we're going to use this color. And we need a needle. That one's bigger than the other one. They have two. They're almost the exact same size. But the eye is a little bit different. And the, what was I going to say? Something else is different. Oh, the thickness of the needle. This is going to be a simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. We just need to hold this puppy together. So let's put a hole in the middle, about 1 inch or 1/2 inch down. Oops. Didn't have styrofoam between there, did I? Okay. So we've got that done. So let's thread our needle. We're going to want 1, 2, 3, and a smidge because it's harder for me to tie the bow, so I would rather use extra than have to come back and redo it. And this is really thin too. And we're done with the glue. Now I'm probably going to decorate the cover as well. So we've got lots of little pieces. Okay, you're going to go out through the middle. do needles. I can't see the hole. It's even worse without my glasses. Okay. Make sure everything is tight. Come back out through the middle without splitting your existing thread in half. What happened here? That wasn't the middle hole. Okay, we'll take whichever one is lined up. I almost sewed it in crooked. And this is another reason I don't sew. See, I've got a hole there, which I have no idea where it came from. And then we need to go back out through this hole again. Back in through the bottom. Did I pull it out? I did. We can still fix it. We'll do it from the bottom as well. So we're going to go in the middle. Oh, there's no thread at all. This is how not to sew a book together. I have the hardest time with this, and I don't know why. It isn't hard. You go out through the middle. In through the top. Back out through the middle. Back in through the bottom. Pulled that too far. So we can fix it. I'll just go back in through the middle one again. Alright, it's the same way, only we just did the bottom first instead of the top. Oz, 3. I trained him 1 through 3 timeout, like you would a little kid. And he got to where he would go on 1, he would stop, because he knew. But then he discovered that there was a 2 and a 3, and he had 2 more chances to bark. So he did. So now I have to start out with 3. Okay. Tie in a double knot. I'll do it somewhat even. Okay. So we've sewn everything together. It's definitely going to pop open where that fold is. Where's my other tag? Alright, so now all I'm going to do is put the cards for the belly bands in and enhance the visual niceness or excitement or whatever by adding little elements, little decorative elements around on the pages. Okay, like maybe here, maybe something in the center on this side. Probably nothing with the pony. I would say, I don't know, I really like that, but really one of these 2 corners should have something. And on here, we've got the charm. And this is pretty busy. We've got a corner pocket, so we aren't going to need anything else on that page. So it's really not that much. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then in video 5, it's the flip through, and you'll see all the ephemera and things that I added in video 5. Okay? Alright, so that's it for this video and this series, and I will see you in the next series, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.